Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today, week 27 of the CCT 52 challenge. Never too late to start the challenge and no rules, just guidelines. Let's get right into this. Green is telling us what we have to make, an embellishment. So like a tab, a dangle, paper clip, etc. Whatever you think an embellishment is, but roll your own dice, see what you got. Now we got a 6, so that means we get mixed media, and we haven't had mixed media for a while. And they are in this bag, so let's just pick out something. What do we got? Hand stitching, my favorite thing. Okay, let's roll this again. We got a 5, so we need 5 prompts out of here. So let's see what we can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have a time card. I think I have some time cards. Favorite flower, wood, business card, and a paint chip card. Okay, I think I have some paint chip cards. I will take a peek. Yeah, it's not going to be really easy, but let's dig out the things that we have. And because we got to do an embellishment with a time card, that might be, because time cards are fairly big. But we will think of something. I'm going to go and I'm going to gather up my things, and then I'll be right back and we'll make our project. Okay, I'm back with my items that I need. Paint chip. Didn't have a business card, so I'm going to use this card that says all good wishes. It's a really old, part of an old greeting card. So I'm going to use that. Favorite flower is the pansies on this. I love pansies, although they're not my true, like, I love all flowers. Lilacs and lavenders are up at the top. Same with pansies and tulips. I've got, what else do I got? My wood piece. I'm going to use this. And this will kind of end up being the embellishment. So we got all the goodies. So let's move these things off to the side. And let's get started. I've also got a piece of this netting. It's bird cage netting. I found it recently. I found a whole bunch of it in nice colors and different shapes. So I dug out a piece of that because I'm going to maybe use a bit of that. Let's start off by roughly cutting out our 27. I'm using vintage calendar for my numbers. Whoops, let's, hold on, we're going to lose those if we're not careful. So let's start by trimming this down quite close. I don't want the numbers to like really stand out too much. And what I've been doing is I've been taking a nail file, and this is just a regular nail file. And I'm going to just sand down the numbers. And that helps just take away that brightness. It is a bit messy. So if we've got that, I'll just show you here. We'll ink up the edges, and we'll put a little bit on the top. and that really dulls it down a lot. So just a little tidbit. I like doing that. Now we got a time card here, and all that I'm going to take is this word. I know I'm kind of wrecking a whole time card for one word, but that's okay. Didn't say we had to use the time card, it just said we needed one. So, and I'm going to trim this off fairly close as well. And this is kind of another thing that I'm not sure I want it this bright of a green. But let's ink. Let's just see what it looks like once it's inked. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. But let's get to this. What color of purple? Let's do this color of purple. Not sure how big I'm going to need it yet. Not sure where I got these really long paint cards. Somebody sent them to me. Might have been Darlene. Okay, now I want this to kind of fit in here. So let's do this. We're just going to kind of guess. Let's try right about there. And then right about there. Let's see how that's going to fit. Yeah, this side here is a little bit wonky. That should do it. I'm not sure if this is actually wood or just like compressed cardboard or something. Okay, so we got that. We got this. Let's ink this up. Already inked that up. I don't think we'll ink this. Now I'm going to somehow, I haven't quite decided yet. I think I want it kind of in the middle of the page. Let's dig out some glue. We're using art glitter glue. My bottle's looking mighty used, but that's okay. I use it pretty much every day for something. I do like the art glitter glue, and I find it lasts a long time because I don't use as much of it as other glues that I was using. Let's try to center this as best we can. I didn't have lots of different colors, especially that went with this. That's kind of why I picked purple. Okay, now I'm going to put that time there. But I'm thinking I'm going to put just a little piece of this behind the time. Okay, let's cut about that much off. I was very excited to find this netting. When I got it, I knew what it was for, but I didn't know the name of it. Okay, let's put this time right on top. The word should hold the netting down. I hope so. Put quite a bit of glue in the middle. And then that will work. Okay, let's hold that down for a second. Just kind of gives it a little extra something. Okay, now my thought is this is going to go kind of like that on here. Something like that. And I'm thinking maybe some more of this underneath. Let's just see what it looks like. I do like how that looks there. Okay, let's cut this off a little tiny bit. Right about there. Okay, I think that'll work. Let's glue this down. Yeah, it's a shame the card wasn't whole, but very pretty. There's some old sparkle around it. It's kind of been coming off and whatnot. But very beautiful card. And it was probably more beautiful when it was new and all the sparkle was on there and whatnot. Okay, well, let's see. Let's put it down. Oops. Sparkle coming off. Kind of want it relatively in the middle. Okay, I don't want to rub it because the more I rub it, then the more sparkle is going to come off. Make sure that it's glued down as good as possible. This again, I don't think I'm going to glue that down. I'm just going to have this hold it down. Oh, we got to do our hand stitching on this. That might be a little... Mind you, we don't have to do like a whole ton of it. We just have to do a little bit. We could just do a stitch or two, and that's hand stitching. But I don't know if I want to actually go through my page. Okay, now this is going to go. I'm okay if those words get covered up. Put it right about there. Okay. I was going to pick it up, but I don't know if I guess if I do it this way, just want to make sure that that's all glued down good. Okay, now we need to do our hand stitching. And I could have like did it on there. Kind of forgot about the hand stitching. I don't really want it coming through. I'm going to put our date on there. Let's put our date onto a piece of this. Okay, let's ink that up. And we can do a little bit of hand stitching on there just to get it on there. Let's glue this on there. Okay, let's try to get that in the middle. And then that kind of goes with that. So let's, I need to get my piercing mat. Let's put that in there. Okay, we need our little Pokey Tool. And we are just going to, let's just do a straight stitch on there, and this is how I do my stitching. Time consuming, but I love it. Normally I would be like hovering right over it, but I want you guys to see. Now when I get to here, I like to kind of line my two holes up. Let's just move this out of the way so you can see. I hope you can see the holes in there. Let's see, I've got some purple thread in here, I'm quite sure. This one will do just fine. Let's get a piece of this. I've been using some of these to stitch up some cards. Let's do this, and I certainly don't need this long of a piece, so let's just cut some. And I happen to have a needle right over here that I was using for my project. Oops. And it's the perfect size for what I'm doing here, so it's the perfect size for one thing of embroidery floss, which is mostly what I use for hand stitching because I have a ton of it. And when I say a ton of it, I mean a ton of it. I cross-stitched for many years. Okay, now I'm just going to go up to the back. Just hold my thread there. And I'm going to go in and out these. I normally would not stitch on something this small, but because we needed hand stitching and I forgot, we are going to add it in there. And I find whoops, went up the wrong hole. Let's go back down there. Find a little hand stitching goes a long ways. Like sometimes when I make something and I do hand stitching, that's all it needs to take it to that next level. But it goes by quite quickly. I find it's always slower doing something on camera. Oh, and you hear that big truck honking. Got my craft room windows open. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go back up this one, and now I'm going to go around again, and that's going to make it a, I don't know, running stitch, I guess. So let's just hold that up there. You can see how it's the single stitch, and now by going back, it's going to make it the running stitch, and it's going to look exactly the same on the back. That's why I do it this way. I do the same with a zigzag. I go and make all my lines going this way, and then I come back and do them all going that way. And then it's exactly the same on both sides, which I like that. You can do the same with a cross stitch and make it the same on each side. I think with the cross stitch you gotta go over your stitch kind of 4 times, because you'd go this way and then this way, and then you'd come back on the area that you haven't done and do the same thing back and forth. If you want to see more stitching videos, just let me know. I do have a little playlist on stitching on paper. Okay, and there's our last stitch right there. Trim my thread a bit. Let's put my needle where I won't lose it. Now I'm going to tie a knot. I always tie 3 knots. 1, 2 to hold it, and 3 for safety. Normally I would also glue my dots or my knots, but because I'm going to glue this whole thing down right away, I won't bother doing that. Okay, let's bring our page back in, and let's add some glue. I usually try to put glue up on my stitching, because that's the part that's going to kind of contact with your page or whatever first. And I think I want it half on the card and half off. Now we've got stuff on the other side, so it's a little harder to just press it down. So let's just make sure that we've got her down good. The glue usually sticks fairly quickly. Okay. That turned out pretty darn good. So there we have week 27. We used the time card. We used our business card, sort of. Our paint chip card. Wood. Or wannabe wood. Like I say, I don't know if that's wood or like a compressed cardboard. And favorite flower, which is a pansy. Love how it turned out. Love this netting stuff. I think it looks very cool. I'll use it for anything like this, or I'm sure there's lots of uses for it. I'm going to find out because I've got quite a bit of it. So there is our week 27. I look forward to seeing what you made for week 27. And remember to enter a picture over on the Facebook group and enter to win a digital kit. June's winner was Mel. Hello, Mel. And she picked the Lilac Folio digital kit for her prize. So I look forward to seeing what Mel makes with that. And check out the links below. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff if you like. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.